Thank you. I don't know how this will go. This is extremely terrifying for me to speak in front of people, but to just try to wing this thing. I've been a heroin IV user for 17 years. I think as a kid, we're born into this world. We're born without attachment to anything. Our spiritual attachment is natural, and that's all we're attached to. And I think growing up, we pick up other attachments throughout life. And when I was in first grade, I had a learning disability where I was taken away from my friends in Tulsa City, and I had to go to a different school in Truckee where they could meet my needs. And at the time, I didn't realize this, but I just thought I was a normal kid because I hung out with the popular cool kids, but I didn't know that at the time. I was just being a kid. When I went to Truckee, to a different school, I think I was there from first to fourth grade, I hung out with all the dorky kids, and that's when I started to realize what putting a label on you is from society about shame and guilt. I guess I thought I was different. Later on, I went back to my regular school. This was in fourth grade, so I would go half the day in Truckee, then half the day back to fourth grade. There was this girl named Lily Robertson that just incredible human being, one of the most special people I've ever met, and she wanted to go out with me, and this is in fourth grade, remember? And so I went out with her, but I would break up with her, and then we'd get back together, and I'd break up with her again, and that I think something felt too good about that. I don't know what it was, but I think it had something to do with my learning disability. And there's a point to that. I'll come back to that. In 2019, I was in the parking lot at Cloud 9, Reno, Nevada, in a lot of pain. I couldn't move, couldn't walk, couldn't even light the lighter. I remember my friend holding the bong up and smoking meth because it's the only thing that helped pain. And I finally had enough, and I checked into the hospital. They had told me I had a spinal infection from the same abscess I have now, which they told me I would be paralyzed from the neck down. And it was harsh. And I knew now my abscess was getting treatment. I continued to use for 4 months in my PICC line. It got so bad, I learned how to control my heart rate with the meth and the heroin into my PICC line when the nurses would come and check. And this went on for 4 months, and I was doing methadone at night. And I got out of the hospital. The skin graft never took. I started using my abscess again. And on October 13th, 11:30, I walked into this is after I got out of jail. My girlfriend told me some detectives had come by my house. And they got in contact with my dad and my lawyer. So I went to my lawyer's office, and it was about a murder and being an accessory in a murder from the people I was hanging out with. And that's when I called Elevate. And I knew shit hit the fan. And when I did my amends, I found out, talking to my lawyer, that it was all bullshit. I don't want to go into all the details, but this never even happened, and they were just dirty cops. But I forgot where I was going with that. So, being in the hospital, I called Elevate, they wouldn't take me. So I went back to the hospital to get this looked at. And I remember being on the phone, shooting meth into my PIC line again, and talking to my lawyer, feeling sorry for myself. Why is this shit happening to me? Why are they harassing me? He told me, it's not like you're hanging out with lawyers and bankers, Tony. And I overdosed. I've never overdosed in 17 years. I was doing carb and all. And I overdosed the night before I checked into the hospital in my mom's bathroom at 3 in the morning. Woke up on the floor at 6 a.m. I was in the hospital. Second night I was in the hospital. I was in the bathroom. I shot carfentanil into my PIC line and flatlined, and was revived and kicked out of the hospital a month later. Shit went on for another month, and I checked into Elevate. Since I've been to Elevate, I've never felt this good since I was in 7th grade. And there's something magical about this place. I think if you use that model of a house with 4 rooms, when the sun rises and the sunlight starts to fill each room a little bit, and sunlight kind of shoots through the cracks and the crack of the deck and into the windows, and when that sun hits high noon, fills the room up with sunlight. And I feel like that's what Elevate's done for me. It's filled me up with sunlight and spirituality and saved my life, really. You guys have all saved my life, and I'm terrified right now speaking, but I can't thank you guys enough. I don't want to just leave anyone out, so I'm going to thank Elevate as a whole, all the clients, and I love you guys. I mean, you guys saved my life. Thank you.